Hello, I'm Elizabeth Nancy Jansen, and today is another one of the Days of Truths in a series that I'm doing in preparation for the August 17th book launch for Bride Doll. And today is day 7, and the truth that I wanted to discuss today is about judgments, and the title of the truth today is There is No Love in Judgments. So in my love journey, I've absolutely discovered that whenever I've come upon a judgment that's happened toward me or toward anyone else, there's absolutely no love in it. And in writing this book, I wanted to look at chapter 10, Return to the Farm. And in here, we're at the point where Flynn and Monique return to the farm following their wedding, their honeymoon. And Adele is very upset. And you can only imagine she's furious that Monique went ahead with a civil wedding. And in a furious voice, she's saying, "You are living the life of a whore now, and your babies will all be bastards." You know, I could only imagine the fright in poor Monique, like to hear the voice of her own mother having such venom in the purity of her marriage, in the start of her marriage, to have such a judgment cast. She would never forget those words, never. So absolutely there is no love in words like that. And then going further on into the book, where Naya as a Mrs. So this is further on into the book. So when Naya marries Simon, and this is a paragraph, "On Saturday afternoon, the weather was perfect for a drive in the MGB with the top down. Thinking Simon was off with his brother, Naya came to the underground parking lot to find her gem, feeling ready to try driving it by herself. Foolishly, she thought this might be allowed. The car wasn't in its assigned parking spot. Since Simon routinely washed and polished his car on the weekends, Naya walked up the ramp toward the front of the building, where he usually parked the car to polish it. Once closer, she discovered the front driver's side wheel was removed, and the vehicle was placed on a block. Unbeknownst to Naya, Simon was testing her. Like a well-primed cock, he demanded that Naya put the tire back on the car before he walked away. Foolish girl, why did she think today would be any different? Simon found sick pleasure in denying her." Once again, belittled and maligned, Naya returned to the apartment defeated and cried into her pillow, knowing his fury would follow due to her lack of attempts to put the tire back on. So knowing the judgment of just feeling Naya, knowing that her husband, judging her to be inept, constantly in a criticizing mode, always under that mode of negativity. Where is the love? Where is the love in that? And so, those are huge red flags to be living under, and in this book, there's a lot of positivity in it, but in relationships that I wanted to discuss, and being a relationship coach, these are relationships such as Naya's, that in that marriage, certainly that would be a relationship that would not be a healthy one, definitely not a healthy relationship, and one to look at as an example to avoid not getting into a relationship where one feels dominant and one feels sees pleasure in someone suffering, or one feels more power in putting someone down. There is no love there. And making one feel small and less than, that is actually the person doing that shows a great deal of insecurity for that person needing to control someone else. So that is not a healthy relationship. That is not a healthy partner. And, that is a situation that should not continue. So this book is a lovely story, but there's a lot to learn from it, from the lessons learned in this book, and showing my own authenticity here. I was in a relationship much like Naya's, and judgments have happened to me in my lifetime, and I'm sure no one goes through life without having judgments or criticisms happen to them, and it's how we handle them. And criticism from a healthy source to help us improve, constructive criticism, and certainly that is not what I'm referring to, but criticism to harm us, to hurt us, that is not correct. That is where there is no love. When the intention is to harm, that is something that needs to be dealt with, or that is something where I choose to say, hey, stop it. And I will not tolerate that. I will not tolerate that, and I will leave. I will leave that situation. I will certainly not develop a relationship with that person anymore. So I've developed myself and done a whole lot of inner work and development, and I am in a much happier situation now. And my partner and my husband, we have a very loving relationship. And if we make suggestions, we make suggestions to each other, and do we criticize each other? No, we do not, because there's no love in that. But do we make mistakes? Yes, we do. And we kind of acknowledge them, learn from them, and go on, and sometimes laugh at them. But we certainly don't harm each other and criticize to hurt. No, we do not do that. And we have never done that. And, do we make mistakes? Yes. But going back to the topic of judgments, there is no love in judgments. And I do not want to be in a situation where there is no love. And I hope you will not be in a situation where there is no love. And I hope that you can recognize where there is criticism. And this is what I've learned. When I hear judgment, I'm quick to see that there is no love, to confirm my thought, to confirm my belief now, because it is not a limiting belief to me. It is truth. It is truth. And when I catch myself, we all have, I'm not a perfect being, but when I catch myself thinking that, I might be trying to make a judgment, or I might be thinking I'm of a criticism, I want to catch myself. And is this in love? Is this in love when I'm thinking, maybe even in a situation, driving a car, even a judgment, whatever the situation is, making a criticism of another driver. Sometimes what I do, instead of a criticism, of another difficulty in a driving situation, I often smile. You know, everyone makes mistakes. If I make a driving error, which, you know, doesn't happen very often, so I say, you know, often, you know, you can disarm people with their frustration and their anger with a nice smile, you know, and people just calm down. Anyway, I'm solving the problems of the world today. But this is what I definitely know, and definitely a truth. When there is judgment, there is no love. And so my purpose is all about love. And so I make very few judgments. I do not make harsh judgments. You know, I will make suggestions. I will make comments. I will make statements, but they will all be with love. So that's my 7th day truth. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm Elizabeth Nancy Jansen. Hope you have a great day. Much love. Bye-bye.